Let's add color and shadow and prepare a compositing shot with a screenshot that we can do in grease pencil. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to go to frame 1 right here, and let's hide all the stuff we don't need from our previous lessons. So notes for sure, reference lines, we don't need that anymore. Okay, we have an image right here that part of the file that I gave you is the reference image for color eyedrop. So let's bring that open. Okay, now we can actually eyedrop and populate this with all the materials. Okay, so I've done this before, so let me just kind of get rid of those so that we can start over from that. Okay, so we're gonna be adding our color and simply eyedropping. Okay, so let's add our first color. Click the plus sign, new. These are all fill colors, so uncheck stroke, check fill. All right, and then we're gonna, this one will be the highlight of Jiji, because this is all highlight for Jiji. That's the actual color for Jiji, which is the shadow. So when we say shadow, we're actually talking about it's weird. It can't, you can call it highlight or shadow, but anyway. So we're gonna call this one here the highlight. So I'm gonna click that, and we got it in there, and we might need to give that tad lighter color right there. So we call this one, this is highlight, or you know, you can call this one Gigi's main color, totally up to you. Let's add another one, all fill. All right, so we want this one to be the inside of the ear right there. Okay, all right, so this one will be ear color. Then we need to create the ear shadow. All right, so what we'll do is click another one here, fill also. Let's eyedrop the same color, but make it darker. Okay, we can call this one ear shadow. Okay, what else? The eye color right there, the white part, also fill. It has that kind of greenish tint to it. I would make this one a little bit brighter right there. So we can call this one eye color. All right, and then finally black for the eye, and if we ever need to extend our main kind of color, okay, or the shadow. So I'm going to click plus, fill color also. So it's that one right there. Okay, and we're going to call this one shadow. Okay, because we got highlight, but it's a black cat. So all right, so we got our colors. We can hide the reference now. Okay, and then we can do our fill color right here. So only do this when you're done with your in between. Okay, do not color and get excited without finishing everything. Okay, so this is when we're done. All right, so the bulk of the color would be the highlight, and then we will be coloring with the shadow. All right, so let's do this one. Let's go to our layer. We have, this one is our line art, so let's give it a name, proper name. This one will be our color. Okay, and then the other one will have the shadow. All right, so we want our line art to be top than the color. Okay, so we're going to be in our color here. Let's padlock those so we don't accidentally mess with them. Okay, and we want the color to be way in the back, so, and we'll be using the highlight for this one. I'm sorry, the shadow. I know, highlight, and then we're going to put the shadow on top. All right, so let's bring in, we'll be using our highlight right there, okay? And let's go to our draw mode, okay? We'll be using the paint bucket. We're using the highlight, okay? And we're just make sure here we're drawing on back. So we just click, okay? And click here also. All right, so that's done. We'll go to our next one, and don't be fooled because it's there's no color here. This is just kind of onion skinning it. So let's get rid of our onion skin real quick so that we don't see any of the extra lines. Okay, so on frame 5 right here, we'll do the same. Click. And the ear has that kind of slight green. You can change this to however you want. I'm just kind of basing it on the screenshot color. Okay, we go right here, and of course you'll be doing this for your in-betweens too. Okay, I just don't have the in-betweens here. All right. Yeah, that's why it's very important you have close outlines so there's no spill. All right, so now let's change our color. Let's do with the let's go with the ear color. Okay, and we're gonna turn off draw on back. Okay, so we're just so we're painting it on the top. We're going to use the eye color. And then we're going to select shadow. That would be for the eyeball. Okay. Sorry, the pupil. And don't forget to save. This is opportunity for Blender to crash whenever you're doing lots of meaningful work. All right, so there you go. So that's our color. Oh, I miss a leg. Where's that? There you go. There's one right there. Draw on back. Just want to make sure. And the highlight. Okay. So there it is. Okay. So now let's bring in our shadow. Okay. Shadow motivation. So let's bring that file in here. Let's go to object mode. Okay, let me save as first. So let me go walk color. All right, and we're gonna turn off our auto key. Very important, we turn that off so that when we resize this, you know, we can position it anywhere we want. It's not remembered. Okay, so I'm going to just while we're in object mode, I'm just going to press G. Let me turn on my screencast here. It should be on. Okay, press G so I can move that over here so we can see our light motivation. Okay, so let's go to add image, and we want mesh plane. The image that I gave you, let me see. Oh yeah, shadow reference main background. It should be in the weekly lesson. Okay, and here it is. Okay, so I'm going to press S right now, and then let's just kind of fill this up like so. Okay, that's fine right there. And S is kind of haze to it. That's because it has some reflection. Okay, let's lower. Let's go to roughness. Let's go to the main color. Roughness all the way to 1, so there's no shininess to it. Okay, so let's kind of study it. The lighting would be coming from this side, okay, and a little bit to the back, so that's why Kiki only gets the highlight right here. So if we bring our Jiji in here, and it's going to be massive, the shadow would be on this side right here, okay, and your job is to figure out how to put the shadow and then cast the shadow at the bottom also, because Kiki has shadow right there. But let's prepare first the scene. Okay, so this is something new for those of you who have never done this before. So we're working with a mesh model here because when we added it, it was a mesh plane. Okay, let's hide Jiji for now. We're working on our shadow reference right here. Okay, so I need you to go to while this is selected, we want to make sure it's selected. Okay, let's go to edit mode. Okay, so this is a mesh plane. This is a 3D object. Okay, we want to do a cutout right here on that door. Okay, and we can zoom in and then zoom out and whatnot. So we want to use the knife tool. We want to cut out an opening so our character can go like so in here. Okay, so I'm going to press K, and then I'm going to click on that corner and then the bottom of that door frame all the way to where the shadow is. I'm going to create a line right there. And Jiji is going to be just around here, so it doesn't matter if there's grooves in there and whatnot. We just want this going all the way up like so. So I'm going to shift and middle click drag and zoom out a bit with my mouse so I can cut this. It doesn't matter. I mean, we could have cut this closer to Kiki right there. It doesn't matter. We just want to be consistent that we are middle click drag again while holding down shift, and then it'll snap to that one. When you're done, press enter, otherwise you can't get out of this tool. It'll be so annoying for you. All right, so what happened is that we separated this opening right here. Okay, so now we want to select this button right here to select a polygon face. We're going to select that area we just cut out. Okay, so while this is selected in face mode right here, press P to separate it, and then select selection. Switch back to object mode. So now we have two items right here. So this is the shadow reference, and then we're just going to call this one shadow reference door hole. Okay, to be specific. Okay, so let's bring back Jiji. All right, so Jiji is just traveling between the planes right there. So since this is 3D, our priority is Jiji to basically stay where he's at. Okay, so I'm going to middle click drag our mouse right here so I be in 3D mode. Okay, so I'm going to select my move tool right here. We're going to select the hole right here, and then just kind of move that back by a hair. Okay, select the main image and then move this forward by a hair. Okay, there you go. That's enough right there. As soon as Jiji is going through that, so we're gonna make Jiji walk from here all the way here and pass by like a black cat on Halloween. Okay, and right here, and then of course we're gonna resize. All right, let's go back to camera, select this one. All right, right there. And let's take a look if there's any gap in our model. Let's see, I'm going to press GG, and yeah, there's some white artifact and whatnot right there. So that means we have to select the hole, press S, and just slightly scale it. All right, so that the image is in the back is bigger than the hole right there. There shouldn't be any more gaps. So we can bring Jiji right here and make sure before you did all this that this is there's a cutout right here. Okay, I mean a cutout. Your animate is off, auto keyframe. All right, so now let's go right here with Jiji. So he's gonna start right there, right? So your homework is to animate, extend your keyframe right here. Okay, extend it all the way until Jiji can go in there. Maybe, I don't know, up to you. I'll set it to 240 frames depending on how slow your walk is. All right, so this is similar to our walk animation, tiptoe animation and whatnot. You're just duplicating the frames and then animating in object mode, traveling like so. Okay, so now let me press scale. Oop, too much. And I think Jiji is about that size relative to Kiki. Maybe. All right, this is vector. Your background, which is raster, will betray you because it's just a screenshot, kind of like your typical background. Look how sharp and smooth Jiji is always. Okay, so we will position Jiji like so. And you're going to start right there with a walk cycle. Okay, and you duplicate those frames and then you animate Jiji going like so in front of Kiki, like totally ignoring her, go past like so. You're going to have to add the shadow on the floor and on Jiji itself. Okay, so let's so light is coming from here, shadow is going to be on this side. All right, so let's go and go to draw mode. I'm just going to demo a few of these so that you'll see what I mean right here. So lock color. Let's go to shadow. Okay, I'm going to need my pen on this one. All right, so for the ear right there, we're going to select our ear shadow. And then we're going to be in draw mode using a fill brush. I'm sorry, color. I'm just going to zoom in on this one. Okay, so these are all the highlights. And then so if I draw kind of okay, all right, so that didn't work because it's in the wrong order. Okay, undo. We want line art to be on top of that. Okay, and shadow, and make sure that you're not drawing on back. Okay, we want this shadow to be on the ear right there. Okay, so there's the shadow, and it should be on frame 1, and turn this on when you draw that. Okay, so let me click undo. Okay, I want to make sure I'm on frame 1. Auto keyframe is on. Line art's on top. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do the shadow. Okay, kind of matching. Just kind of matching the highlight right there. So for sure the tail. I'm just going to end it right here because you guys need to do the work. Okay, so there is the highlight for the tail, and then figure out there's a little bit of the highlight, a little bit at the top, just a little bit, so you can see right there. So it's mostly on this side right here. Okay, so this is most likely going to be shadow like that. I'm just kind of hurrying this up. All right, got to find the right kind of shape for the okay, and then highlight for sure on the back of the head. So it's gonna go real quick on that one. So figure out where those things would land. Okay, and don't just do what I did. I just kind of make those shapes. Okay, let's make, and you can keep adding to this because it's vector. Okay, let's zoom in. Then right here, okay, and then probably do the entire face here. All right, do a better job than I did because it's kind of demoing that real quick. And then if you need to fix your shadow, of course, you select your highlight and you can draw that back. It'll just be kind of like your eraser. Okay. So, and add the shadow at the bottom right here. You're going to have to kind of figure out your shape. It could be the highlight right there. Because even with Kiki, it's, I mean, her shadow is just kind of like a line. You probably have to kind of move your shadow depending on which leg is up and whatnot. So this is something where definitely you want to draw on back. Okay. That's supposed to draw on back, or oh yeah, it shouldn't be on this highlight. I'm in the wrong layer, so it should have been in the color. Okay, but you get the point. So, or just simply try to, when you draw it, avoid the legs right there. All right, so when we zoom back out of here and you added all your animations, and then we're just going to animate basically Jiji right there. So from based on the previous lesson, we just select all right here. Okay, you can select it and shift D. Once you drag that right there past oh, I went too much, hold on, unlock. Okay, and you do this once you get everything done. Okay, let's go to 100, select all, shift D, all right. So our Jiji will be walking past the initial, let's go 250. And with our lesson with walk forward, remember there's an initial slow and slow out with the when you do just a animation going left and right. So make sure you compensate for that by changing that in the graph editor if you want it linear. Okay, so let's see here. All right, add those shadows. Well, finish them at least, because right now they're so annoying because they don't match all the other drawings because they stop on frame 1 because that's all I drew. Okay, so anyway, so let's go now to object mode. Okay, so we can go We have auto keying. Okay, so now you shouldn't be scaling and moving without without really thinking about it. Okay, so we're gonna make Gigi out of frame. We can put that shadow right there, and then we can go all the way to, let's say, 220. Maybe this is too long of a distance. 220 might not be, because otherwise it's gonna start sliding. Okay, that's not so bad. Some sliding involved. See how it slows in and out on that one? So we fixed that with the other lesson by going through the timeline. Sorry, not timeline, graph editor. Okay, and then we went here, select all the keys. Okay, select all the keys, and then right click, change your handle type to vector. That will give it a linear one, so it's a constant speed. All right, so 250. Once you add all your in between, that should look pretty good. So this is basically what you'll have once you're done. For homework 7 or 8, I can't remember. It'll be in the weekly lesson. All right, so that's what we're looking for, but you need to add your in-betweens and then your shadows. Okay.